nation under God. We will make America great again.
Welcome to Team Trump Online.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Vote for America's Future. My name is John Pence, Senior Advisor to the Trump campaign, and I am delighted to be joined tonight by Danielle Gill, Benny Johnson, and Terrence Williams. Welcome to Team Trump Online, everyone.
Hey.
Great to be here.
Awesome. Well, you all know we're at such a crucial moment in our nation's history. Leadership and the decisions made over the next few months could define the course of our nation, not just for the next 4 years, but for generations. It's why we need to re-elect President Trump. You know, Joe Biden's lack of vision, lack of leadership, and lack of understanding of the America First agenda is wrong for America, and it helped build a swamp that President Trump is now draining. Despite all these flaws, we're seeing a candidacy that's hiding in his basement, and we know that President Trump is continuing to fight for the American people. Terrence, you're hysterical online. I love watching your stuff. You know, I want to ask you on your thoughts on why Biden's even running and whether you think Democrats even think this is a good idea.
Well, first, I just want to say I'm glad to be part of Team Trump because Team Trump is Team America. But I honestly don't know why Joe Biden is running. He can't remember anything, and I honestly think he don't even know that he's running for president. I mean, the other day, the guy said that he mentioned that he was campaigning in 1918. So I have no clue why this guy is running. He don't even know what year it is, and we cannot have a president that thinks he's living in the year of 1918. I mean, I can't imagine. I really don't know. I'm really lost for words at this point.
Terrence, wait, hold on. To be out of respect for Joe Biden, he was in his mid-20s in 1918. And this is just, don't be ageist here, right? Like, just let the man, let the man live.
And let's be honest, there was a pandemic happening at that time, so maybe he really is confused. But let's remember, too, a recent poll said that only 39% of young Americans, us, are going to vote for Joe Biden. He has a real enthusiasm problem. In fact, despite his campaign's best efforts to keep him hidden away in the basement, it seems like every time Biden gets in front of a camera, there's a new gaffe, there's something that goes wrong. I mean, last night in Tampa, he did a virtual rally, and if you saw that introduction, there was just this debacle of Biden saying, hey, did I get introduced? Am I on? And that's how he was presented to the American people. I want to show a quick clip and then get your thoughts on it.
So workers don't have to leave work to be fired in order when they get sick to be able to continue to live.
So that is the Democrats' nominee for president. Danielle, what are your thoughts on this Joe Biden clip?
Well, first of all, it's extremely hard to follow him. Most of the time, he makes no sense. He regularly says statements that are just factually untrue. He completely misconstrues his sentences, and you kind of just have to assume that you know what he's talking about and replace things he says with other thoughts in your own mind in order to even put his sentences together. But I think even the thought of him leading us through a coronavirus recovery is just so disturbing, not just because of his mental state, but because of what he would do to our economy.
So true. We know President Trump built this economy up and he'll do it again. Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more Team Trump Online. Vote for America's future.
We choose truth over facts.
turn now to that $350 billion fund to help small businesses and its workers get through the shutdown.
It will be up to Congress to restock it.
But Democrats blocking that move this morning.
They asked for $250 billion in 48 hours. I said, well, I don't think so. They objected, and I congratulate the Senate Democrats.
Speaker Pelosi, what are you going to share with us from your home?
Chocolate candy.
Thousands have been forced to wait for hours at food banks all across the country.
This is chocolate, and then we have some other chocolate here. We just got it restocked with the ice cream.
You don't want to eat up everything all at one time.
I can't do it much longer. I'm trying so hard.
We were, shall we say, enjoying.
Having to admit that, yeah, we're starving, and
I like it better than anything else.
Taping this segment, there are 22 million people out of work.
This specific program is about stopping job losses today.
This is hurting people bad.
Other people in our family go for some other flavors, but
right now it's survival mode. You don't know where that next something else is going to come from.
I don't know what I would have done if ice cream were not invented. I just wonder.
Welcome back to Vote for America's Future on Team Trump Online. I'm joined here by Danielle, Benny, and Terrenc. You know, we now are going to move forward, thanks to President Trump's leadership, to safely and quickly reopen America. I'm often reminded of that Thomas Jefferson quote that the price of liberty is eternal vigilance. Right now, we have to be eternally vigilant on defending our freedoms and liberties while we safely keep America safe against this fight. Benny, you've been all over the country speaking with freedom-loving Americans who want to keep their neighbors safe, but they also want to get back to work. Tell us about those conversations.
Yeah, it's really remarkable. It's sort of like the Tea Party 2.0, John. It's really special to be able to see Americans once again fighting for liberty, a proud tradition in America, the tradition that built our country, quite frankly. And some of these leftist governors are doing more than King George did, right? Like when it comes to locking people down, we fought an entire war and created independence over a 2-cent tea tax. But if you go to a place like Michigan, where I've gone, or a place like Los Angeles, California, where I'm going tomorrow to cover the protests there and the Orwellian totalitarian lockdowns there by leftists, it really is something out of a bizarro world. If a couple months ago you had heard that drones would be flying above you, shouting at you to stay away from your friends, I mean, you'd think it'd be something out of a sci-fi movie. But we are going out, and a lot of Americans are going out because we have the freedom and liberty to do that. We have the First Amendment all the way through the 10th Amendment and all the way through all the liberties that have been given to us by God, right? Not by government, by our creator. Government's there to protect those liberties. And so with my show, Benny on the Block, we go out and talk to people about these kind of issues. We actually leave our homes, unlike Joe Biden, who is proving exactly how every student would be under a Biden economy, locked in their parents' basement. And so at some level, I kind of appreciate that Biden is practicing what he preaches. And it's proving how fun it is to be locked in your parents' basement to all the students and young people in America, because that's where young people were in the Obama economy, and that's where they'll be right back there in the Biden economy. So anyhow, moving along. Tomorrow we'll be going to Los Angeles, and we really look forward to speaking and giving real Americans a real voice, because that is our First Amendment, the ability to speak freely, the ability to assemble, the ability to arm ourselves. These are precious, precious American rights, and we defend them, and I'm proud to feature people who are defending them all across this country.
That's great. And, you know, now more than ever is maybe a time to reread the preamble of the Constitution. We as Americans have been securing our welfare and protecting and defending the blessings of liberties for over 240 years. President Trump trusts us to do just that, which is why we're safely reopening the economy. Speaking of the economy, Terrenc, you know, and Danielle recently graduating from college, unemployment as we gather right now, we're talking about over 24% unemployment in some states. We know that President Trump is going to put jobs back into this country. He did it once, he's going to do it again. But Terrenc, when you speak with your friends, what are they talking about right now in terms of how America needs to rebuild and how